Rozpocząłeś część webinaru poświęconą oprogramowaniu konfiguracyjnemu simuland. Oprogramowanie simuland jest uniwersalnym oprogramowaniem do konfiguracji wszystkich generacji przełączników przemysłowych LAN ring. W przeciwieństwie do konfigurowania tylko jednego urządzenia za pośrednictwem konsoli SSH, simuland może wsadowo konfigurować wiele urządzeń jednocześnie. Zawiera szereg zaawansowanych narzędzi ułatwiających zarządzanie systemem. Prawdopodobnie najczęściej używane to automatyczne renderowanie topologii systemu, automatyczne tworzenie kopii zapasowych konfiguracji, szybka konfiguracja, narzędzia do zbiorczego pobierania lub aktualizacji urządzenia. W ciągu 2024 roku zostaną dodane narzędzia umożliwiające kompletną dokumentację systemu. Każdy administrator sieci prawdopodobnie znalazł się w sytuacji, w której nie był pewien swoich połączeń sieciowych. Simuland jest skutecznym pomocnikiem w takiej sytuacji. Nie tylko automatycznie wyszukuje wszystkie urządzenia dostępne w sieci, ale jest także w stanie wyświetlić ich połączenia i inne informacje.
Hello and welcome to today's video of the Simuland version 4 series. Today we will demonstrate the tool topology. This tool allows the user to automatically create and display their network structure and provide global information about the whole system on 3 levels of the desktop, from the preview of the system as a whole, including a detailed view of the individual elements. Automatic creation and display is based on the LLD protocol version 2 and is a condition of firmware versions 54 and higher. It includes all the devices that are contained in the device list. In the main toolbar, click on the topology icon. If an information message appears from the previous topology, the information stored from the previous project will be deleted and overwritten by a new one. Simuland will start downloading the necessary information from the devices. In the status column, you can see the progress being made. The completion is illustrated by the description OK, and information and record of its successful completion will be displayed. If for some reason it is not possible to read the device information, a detailed listing of the whole event will be displayed. Confirm the dialog box with the OK button. The TOP desktop opens. There, the whole system is displayed as a block diagram. Individual rings are displayed as circle symbols, and switches contained in them are classified as ID. The multi-ring devices used to join the rings have therefore shown a preview of their front panel already at this level. RSTP topology is shown in the circle symbol as well, but with a different color and description. By double-clicking on the symbol, we will then go down one level. This workspace is called the ring or non-ring. The detail workplace displays the device's front panel and the devices connected to them. From this workspace, it is possible to go to the MEOS connected to the device. The top ring, non-ring workspaces support diagnostic tools such as data traffic, line status, ring status, RSTP, and more. Detail and MEOS are used to read the operating states. The online info tool allows you to view port activity, input-output states, power values, PoE status, LED status, and other. On the left-hand side of the screen, there is a manager for organizing objects in the work areas. Under the All tab, all the elements that are included in the project can be found. Under Unassigned can be found all the objects contained in the project, but not assigned to any of the work areas. So if the project contains, for example, a switch with older firmware without LLDP protocol, it will be included after executing it to its location, from which it is possible to drag to any one position. Third-party objects such as cameras, servers, computers, but also all METEL devices are added to the project using the Add tool in the main taskbar tool, or by right-clicking on the device port at the lowest level. Detail using the right button. You can directly assign the device without the need for a manager. If you add a device using the Add tool, you must place it from a manager and then connect it to a given port. For this object, it is also possible to change their icon. Deleting a device is only possible from the device list. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. If you are unclear about anything or have further questions, please do not hesitate to contact our technical support team.
Simuland to uniwersalne narzędzie do konfiguracji wszystkich urządzeń LAN Ring.
Hello. In this video, we will demonstrate the configuration of simuland version 4 via LAN and USB. First, we will demonstrate the quick configuration. Its main advantage is the ability to adjust some of the parameters for multiple devices. It does not, however, contain all of the configuration options. It is primarily used for global settings. On the main menu, click on the icon Quick Configuration. It will display sequentially all of the devices that are contained in the device list. Quick Configuration will not search for devices and only works with those devices that are already a part of the project with previously downloaded configurations. Next to the label Mode is a drop-down menu that contains items that support global settings. For our purposes, we will show how to set the IP address, subnet mask, gateway, DNS, and PoE enable. The mode is selected as the default configuration of IP addresses. We will configure only those devices that are marked. Set the parameters by clicking on your choices and holding the shortcut key. Without using the shortcut key, you will always only configure a single device. In the configuration window, the IP address ranges used for your network card are displayed. This information is only used for user clarity. Enter a new address to the first IP address box, starting address. This address will determine the addresses for the other devices. Simuland only allocates the next higher address to a device on the list after the first device. The recalculation will display the latest address by clicking on one of the other configuration parameters or the OK button. The user can also set the mask, gateway, and DNS. To confirm parameters, press OK. You can see the configuration in the main window, Quick Configuration. All changes are marked in red. After setting up the configuration, you upload the configuration to the device by pressing the Write button. Simuland starts the process of writing new parameters. Its progress will be displayed by the icon at the beginning of each line. Successful writing is signaled by a green icon. Press Read to verify newly entered values. By changing the mode IP address to Port PoE Enable, the PoE configuration will be displayed. Ports that are timed, unsupported PoE supply, enabling or disabling can be done separately or by selecting multiple lines. The changes will occur on all devices identified within this column. Apply the changes by clicking the Write button. Access the full configuration by clicking on a specific line in the device list or by clicking on the configuration icon on the main toolbar. Configuration parameters will be discussed in greater detail in other webinars. Today, we are only describing the principal features and options that our standard configuration offers. Each configuration opens a new tab, so you can open multiple configurations and compare these with each other. In the upper left is a tree of all the parameters that can be set. In the central part are the displayed parameters. The tree is constructed so that a selection menu on the trunk to extract the individual branches it contains, or a simplified overview table of configuration options will be displayed. A more detailed listing is shown by clicking on the sub-branches. The control buttons, Read, Write, Load, Save As, are used to work with the configuration, which consists of two parts. The first part is Download, which is the latest downloaded configuration. The second part is the Working Copy, which is a copy of the download containing the differences that have yet to be written. The differences between the download and working copy are highlighted in red. Thus, it can be prepared pre-configuring and later written to the device. Press the Read button to download the configuration of the device and a comparison with the download. All the differences will be displayed in red. Click the Write button to write the modified configuration. It writes only the values highlighted in red. These are the only differences between download and working copy. This button is also rewriting download to maintain the maximum synchronization between the project and devices. Save As saves the current configuration with the changes working copy to a file. Load allows the loading of a saved configuration file to the device before writing the different values are displayed in the configuration window. Click the USB icon in the main toolbar to open a dialog box that lets you configure the device via USB interface. For proper function, it is necessary to install a USB driver, which can be downloaded from our website www.metel.eu in the software section. If you can see information about the device, the COM port, then the USB drivers are correct. Button Refresh is used to update the COM ports and the entire connection. Reset causes the activation of factory settings, including IP addresses and passwords. Status allows you to monitor the current values of the counters, the status of the ring, and generally all the values regarding facilities. The Configuration button then calls up the actual configuration. Simuland uses the log on the parameters of the global configuration password. If the login parameters are different, you'll need to enter them manually. Confirm by clicking OK, and at the bottom of the dialog box, Reading Config will be displayed showing that Simuland is reading the configuration. The actual device configuration is then identical as the remote configuration via Ethernet. Thank you for your attention, and if anything is unclear, please do not hesitate to contact our technical support.
Możesz także wykorzystać simuland jako narzędzie do automatycznego tworzenia kopii zapasowych konfiguracji. Zalecamy używanie tego narzędzia we wszystkich większych systemach. W przypadku błędów w ustawieniach, simuland umożliwi łatwy powrót do poprzednich kopii zapasowych. Ustawienie czasu wykonania kopii zapasowej konfiguruje się w harmonogramie zadań systemu Windows. Simuland najpierw porównuje nowo utworzoną kopię zapasową z poprzednią. Jeśli znajdzie między nimi różnice, trwale zapisuje nową kopię zapasową. W przeciwnym razie nowa kopia zapasowa zostanie usunięta. Simuland zawiera także najnowsze oprogramowanie sprzętowe dla wszystkich produktów s.r.o. Ułatwia konfigurację urządzenia w obiektach z zabronionym połączeniem internetowym. Oprogramowanie podzielone jest na część dla procesora PoE i głównego procesora. Aby zapobiec manipulowaniu celowo zmodyfikowanym lub uszkodzonym oprogramowaniem sprzętowym, podpis elektroniczny jest sprawdzany przed zainstalowaniem oprogramowania sprzętowego. Przełączniki są wyposażone w menu statusu i log umożliwiające łatwą analizę zachowania sieci LAN. To wszystko, jeśli chodzi o treść tego webinaru. Na koniec chciałbym wspomnieć o kilku informacjach na temat procedury testowej i późniejszego wydawania certyfikatów. Testy są obowiązkowe jedynie dla osób rejestrujących projekty na naszej stronie oraz w przypadku ubiegania się o przedłużenie gwarancji na okres 5 lat od zakończenia produkcji. W obu przypadkach musisz posiadać ważny certyfikat i aktywowany dostęp VIP na naszej stronie internetowej. Konto VIP zostaje aktywowane automatycznie po zdaniu testu. Test, w którym co najmniej 2/3 odpowiedzi jest poprawnych, uznajemy za test zdany. Codziennie masz 2 próby zdania testu. Ważność certyfikatu i dostępu VIP do serwisu wynosi 6 miesięcy. W tym czasie możesz w każdej chwili przedłużyć swój status VIP, przystępując do kolejnego testu. Innym sposobem na uzyskanie dostępu VIP jest udział w szkoleniach bezpośrednich. W takim przypadku Twój dostęp VIP jest aktywowany na 1 rok. Na koniec dziękuję za uwagę i zapraszam do obejrzenia kolejnego webinaru.